Ooh, baby. It is a very special episode of You're All Doomed, the podcast that carved the Friday the 13th movies into 13-minute chunks. I'm starstruck Greg,
I am also starstruck, Brian.
and you've heard us
Uh,
talk many, many times about how much we enjoy Demon, Reggie the Reckless's older brother from Part 5, A New Beginning. And for our very first guest on the show, we are here with the actor who brought Demon to life and death, Miguel A. Núñez Jr. Miguel,
what
thank you for
it
being
is?
here.
Ooh, baby. What's up? Good to have you, man. It was good to see you guys. Hold up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good to see you, man. I told
So
you I want to
just
be on the show because y'all like demons so much, so I had to come on. It wouldn't
absolutely,
be right.
yeah.
It wouldn't be right to not have demon on this show.
I
Absolutely.
I completely agree. Yeah, and like it's actually a good segue into like how we got here. We recorded an episode a couple weekends ago when we were in Lexington for Scarefest, but just to recap for anyone who might have missed that, Greg and I went to Scarefest in Lexington specifically to meet Miguel because we were such big fans of Demon from A New Beginning, Friday the 13th Part 5. And we both made up t-shirts and we had no idea what the reaction was going to be. We're like, oh, this is, we'll just make some fun t-shirts and see what happens. And your reaction, Miguel, was priceless. Like
I
it
love
was
them.
10 times better than we ever would have imagined.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, like from like the word go, like we were just in the conversation. It was like all
Dude,
any
that
kind of
showed the level. That shows you guys level. Put you on a whole new level.
I
Well,
appreciate
yeah,
that.
They,
and like,
in case you guys, if you don't understand, they walked around with a shirt that said "I love demon." At a convention that everybody knew demon.
everybody,
Right. So
yeah.
like I mean that brings up the question too. So like how often do you go to these conventions? Like how many times are you making appearances at these things?
Well, anyway, well, I'm on a no show right now called Family Business on BET and Netflix. It's a drama. We're on our sixth season. So a lot of times I had to miss them. But we happen to be on hiatus in the last five. I think I've been on more than I've been on in my life in the last 8, 9 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Scare Fast. And then when the next weekend was Monroeville, Hound, I think it's called. And then we got one in November, then another one in December, and two before that. So this is the most I've ever done. But a lot of times I would go and they would always have everybody else except me because I couldn't be there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I love it because it's total interactive with the serious people who are the reason that you're there.
Right.
When you do a film like this, you don't know what's gonna hit. You don't know what's gonna stick. There's
Right.
no knowing. You done like me back in the day when people, probably how many people turned down Return of the Living Dead or the Friday 13th. I don't do those. I didn't do those. Those kind of things. You never know what's gonna stick, what's gonna be around. We didn't know. No one knew. Dan O'Bannon didn't know. Yeah, he didn't even know it was a comedy. He was mad when he saw people laughing at the beginning, then he got it. But I think it's the interaction with those people who love it. Enough to wear a T-shirt that said "I love Demon." They didn't say Miguel Núñez. They said Demon. That means the character. That means they love the movie. That means they're a real fan. That's the kind of people I like to hang out with.
That's
Well, no,
awesome.
that's a really good point too, because like anyone who shows up at these conventions, especially if they're going to come up to your table and say
Hey, but
hi,
yes,
they're a fan. Like
you're a fan.
100%
You
you're a
know it.
fan.
They're
So
with
like,
you to get some information. They're not with you to, get to you to read their script. They're with you to, to hang out with you so they can meet some people with you. They're there for they're really there for as a fan. And
yeah,
those are the people. That's why you see I always have a good time. I always do. I always go overboard to make sure they're always happy. Everybody has a good time because those are real, true fans. They follow you everywhere. They're the reason it's still here. They're the reason that the movie's still relevant. They're the reason that you're there. It's amazing.
It was funny when I got home that next Monday, I was talking to some friends at the office about the weekend, and they were like, "Oh, well, good for you! Like we know you love that movie, great, great, great." And then I was like, "Oh, and he's the guy that played the voodoo maestro in Scooby Doo," and they're all like in their early 30s, and they were like, "Oh shit, that guy, he's awesome!" So it's great that you've got people who multi generations are big fans of yours.
Yeah, that's why I got Scooby Doo on the table. I didn't have Scooby Doo. I didn't have Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence on the table. And then I got about 150 of those, both of those with everything else. And I think Eddie Murphy one is gone. Scooby Doo is almost gone. I got more. And it was
yeah.
because people were asking about it. I didn't have Leprechaun until people asked about it. Street Fighter till people asked about it. Tour of Duty to people asked it because I didn't think that was the right lane, but it didn't matter.
Wow, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
great.
And that's the cool thing about your filmography. Like if you look at IMDb, like you're all over the place and you've been around for a while and you've been busy the entire time. And so you've got those things that like hit in the 80s, you got the things that hit in the 90s, you got the things that hit in the early 2000s. And so like you're going to get people of different ages that are
Right.
coming up to you and they're all going to have different reference points for who they are. Like, there's probably fans that of you that have no idea that you were Demon in Friday the 13th. And we're just like,
Nope. Right.
how do you not know that?
And
Like,
then you have some people shocked when they say, "Oh my God, that was just Scooby Doo" at the table.
right.
"Oh my God, that was you a Street Fighter." "Oh, I didn't know you did that." Exactly. And it's like you said, you have a spectrum, and I love it because each fan is individual in their own right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So with like in Friday the 13th in particular, and then you've got Return of the Living Dead, like those both came out the same year. How close were you filming those two roles to each other?
No, Tour of Duty didn't come out to 87.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was 2 years later. It was
Okay.
87, 88, 88, 89, 90, and 91. It's three
Yeah.
years. It was, yes.
Okay. Because your role in Return of the Living Dead is pretty big. Like
Hey,
you're in it like throughout the whole movie, and it's early
I,
in your career too. That's got to be pretty
yeah,
awesome.
I never ever considered, that being a lead. I thought it was ensemble because we were all the same. I never realized how much more I was in. I never realized until I saw it later on. Never even thought about that. Like somebody came up to the table and said, "Hey, you're the lead in that." I'm like, wait a minute. I never even thought about it until the last convention. Never even thought about it because they played it again. It was the people said it after watching it when they played it again.
Uh-huh.
Never thought about that, but I was blessed. Period. My entire career blessed. Period.
Well, that's a testament to you too, because like specifically with like Return of the Living Dead, you are in that ensemble cast, but you still found a way to stand out from everyone else, and that's
Absolutely.
that's not easy to do. Like
Oh no, you're
you have to be
absolutely
doing
right.
something special.
Absolutely right. And that was one thing I understood. Even with my lines, I didn't. I could deliver them. Or I could deliver them in a special way that it'll be more remembered. That's how
Right.
I always thought about it.
That's one of the
I,
things I like so much about Demon too, because I mean, I'm guessing there wasn't much on the page for that character.
I could do whatever the hell I wanted. That's what I
And
loved about it.
and so you really shine through and you make a big impression because everyone else in that or the supporting characters in that movie are all kind of sleazebags. It's kind of a negative movie, but Demon is just such a delightful person, and I feel like you must have brought a lot to that.
Oh no, he gave it to us. I think I could have played him a whole different way because of
Hmm.
what it was and who he was, got a girl in it. But I thought he should be humanized because the love for his brother and his brother's love for him. His brother, I didn't think it would be right to have his brother being that much in love with him and wanting to see his brother that much. And he would sneak out against his father's will, and see his brother if he didn't have redeeming qualities.
Yeah,
He wouldn't. To me, it wouldn't have connected. So I had to go that route. So and it worked.
it worked great.
It
Yeah.
Big
definitely did.
impression.
Yeah.
So what's your history with the business? How did you get started in acting and get,
I ran away from home, lived in the streets, landed downtown LA. I ran away from home with three bologna sandwich. I got here, I lived downtown LA, woke up with lights every day, sold my blood plasma, he moved to the Union Rescue Mission. One day I was on a bus and this guy going, I said, "Hey, what you doing? My name is Miguel Núñez Jr. I'm 640 Cemetery Street, Wilson, North Carolina. I came here to be an actor." He said, "I'm an actor." He said, I said, "Yeah, I did." I said, "My name is Miguel Núñez." Then he said, I said, "What is that?" He said, "Oh, this is a resume." I said, "Can I see it?" He said, "Yeah, you can keep it. You got to get a resume. You got to get pictures." Da, 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 da. And then he said he was going to a cattle call. I was on a bus. He was going to a cattle call for a Gino's restaurant commercial back in early. That was before even Friday 13th. And when he got off the bus, I saw cameras in the park. So I got off on the next stop. Why did his name out on there? Went to a cop place. Why did his name out? Put my name on it. Went back, got in line, and got the lead in that commercial. Then the guy took me. Then the guy was at the party. He was like, "How did you find out?" I said, "My name is Miguel Núñez. I'm 640 Secretary Street, Wilson, North Carolina. I came here to be an actor." He said, "I know, but how did you find out?" I said, "This guy on the bus. Hey, there he is, right there." And I was like, "Hey." He was like, "Wait, you got it?" And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "You don't have an agent?" He said, "No, I'll take him to my agent." He took me to his agent, went to his agent, and I went into my name to get a New Year, 640 Cemetery Street, What's North Carolina. I came here to be an agent. I want to be an actor. I want to be in the movies. I want to be in the movies. And I said, "You can have all of that money, just get me in the movies." And he said, "Listen, on TV." And he said, "Get me on TV." He said, that is on TV. Commercials. I didn't think about it like that. I was trying to get a movie on TV. And he said, I'm going to sign you a portion of this so you get the 10 cents. And I think the next 45 auditions, I probably got 40 of them.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
And that's the
So
quick version.
no, that's impressive though.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, because you
And when I
really
and when I was little in North Carolina, I grew up. My mother wrote James Brown's biggest hit. It's a man's world. My mother wrote that song.
No way.
She
no
yeah.
way.
Oh yeah. My mother wrote that
Wow.
song. She was in New York. She had me and all my brothers. Each year she had 3 years. Soon we got 3 years. She gave us to our grandmother in North Carolina, which they had a farm and she needed help. Well, she just gave us to my grandmother. So I was raised in North Carolina on a farm, deep in the country, doing all the tobacco, picking potatoes, cucumbers, all of that stuff. Lived out in the woods half my life. We get up on Saturday, 11 o'clock in the morning, we go in the woods. Them thick ass ones you see in North Carolina and come out at 6. That's the kind of life I live. Every day of my life, I told everybody, I'm going to be a movie star. You watch, I'm going to be on TV. Well, in first grade, I got a jean jacket. I wrote Hollywood on the back. My name was known as Hollywood because that's all he ever talks about. Here he comes. He used to call me Little Newt. He's Little Newt. Because I was only 4'11" when I graduated.
Oh wow.
And I
Wow.
weighed 75 pounds.
Wow.
I weighed 50 pounds into the seventh grade, ninth grade, because I was a little skinny little. And so as I graduated, and I told everybody exactly what was going to happen every day of my life, and everybody was tired of hearing it. I'm going to run away. I'm going to go to Hollywood. I'm going to be on TV. How you going to be? They told me you're skinny, you're ugly, you're poor, and you're black. It's not possible. My mom and them, everybody told me that. You make straight A's and you need to think about something real. How you going to get to California? How you going to get to acting unions and college and acting school? Got managers, agents. How your little skinny black ass going to get there? That's what I heard. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I promise you, I know it. I know it. So when I got on that bus and ran away, I knew it. Even when I was down there scratching lights and getting sprayed down at the bottom of the Union Rescue Mission, I knew it every step of the way. If you believe strongly enough in what you're doing, nothing can change you. Never let nothing change you. Every single time somebody told me I couldn't, I didn't do it. I found a way around it and did it. Period.
Damn.
So it was just, I knew it. And I swear to both of you right now, every listener right there, I swear to you, I knew it. Every single thing, I absolutely knew it.
And you were
Well,
right.
And I
yeah.
said it every single day. I've never had an acting class. I said it every day of my life. Exactly what we're doing. I said it every day. My uncle once, he was from Philadelphia. He was a Cadillac dealer. I guess he was driving a car home from a family reunion, and he had a Cadillac with California license plate. They said I sat out there when I was little, touching license plate all day till it got dark. They had to bring me to the house saying, "This was in California. This car was in California. We're gonna live." Yeah.
That's awesome,
That
man.
that's so I never knew that. So like did your mother like did she write a lot of songs or did she just
No,
get
she only
lucky?
wrote that damn one
Just
song.
that one. Wow.
Yeah, my mother was dating him at the time. It's all in. It's been all in all the trades. You can type it in, her picture and everything comes
No,
up.
that's really
That's
interesting.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's like I love the like the grind aspect of your career. You know, there's people that like everyone gets their break in different ways and you know there's no like magic formula that works for every single person and
Absolutely.
and I just love hearing like how you were just determined and like you just knew you're like hey I'm gonna do it like I used to have a jacket that said Hollywood on the back like it's gonna happen no matter what and you just keep pushing and pushing and eventually it does happen and you're still doing it like you've been doing it forever like I said you look at your IMDb filmography and it's stacked and you like
I've been
you've
on a
worked
TV show since 1987 and been on one for the last 6 years.
yeah I mean that's awesome and
Never
like
glad.
I mean you've done a lot of things with Eddie Murphy too like how did that like how do you kind of form a relationship where you keep getting called back for Eddie Murphy projects like is that something where you become friends with him or how does that work
He and I were the best friends on the planet. I think he's one of the greatest actors ever in the history of the universe. But I've always, and I tell actors this right now. This is how you get up the ladder. All you got to do is I dip every scene I do in gravy. All you got to do is kill every freaking thing you do. I've gotten movies from one scene in a TV show. I've gotten a TV series from one scene in a movie. I've been in premieres where I had two lines in a film and the two other black guys in the movie stars and the whole thing. And they like, hey, when you're going to the premiere for shows, they're like, oh, hi, man, who's that? Yeah, okay, is he in it? Yeah, okay, click, click. Oh, there we are. Okay, go. And then they take another guy. And when the movie's over and I got one scene They stepping on their face to get to me.
Huh.
If you just knock it out, one of my first series where I kind of became the lead, and it was with the executive producer of the Cosby Show right after the Cosby Show ended, and it was with the father, and we would play lawyers, me, him, and Terrence Howard, Robin Givens, and I would play lawyers in comics called Sparks, Sparks, and Sparks. You can see it on YouTube. And shit, I forgot what I was telling you. I started thinking about James Avery, who died. But anyway.
Well,
He died. He did die.
yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, recently.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
you were
but no. What I'm saying is that show. Most of the things, bro. That show, I wasn't supposed to be the lead, and they didn't even bring me in for the audition. It was the day they were doing the network audition, and after you done audition about 7 times and narrowed it down from 100 to your two other people that's there to go to the network to even get a shot at getting it. The producer, creator saw me in a movie and was seen on an airplane ride back.
Oh, wow.
I'm telling you, that's how you keep making. That's how you keep getting, because somebody's gonna see it and damn, he was good, and you just keep working that way. That's the only that and being blessed by God. That's the only thing I've ever
Yeah. So
known
like
to work.
each appearance, you're basically advertising yourself for the next gig.
There you go. Well put.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's why we're here. Like you were in Friday the 13th for like what, 4 minutes,
Yeah.
and you took advantage of those 4 minutes. You're like, hey, I'm
And
gonna make the
I
most
ain't
of
never
this.
done anything either.
Right. Yeah. And so like that's the big thing about that's why you've had a career that's lasted as long as it has, because you are taking advantage of every single one of those opportunities and saying like, hey,
Yes.
I know it's only a bit part, or even if it's a starring role, like I'm going to make sure that I stand out
I
so
don't
that
give a
when
damn what it is. You
right.
listen. You want to see me? You want to see me early on, like I was telling you on the street? I'm gonna tell you this. Look at Jumping Jack Flash. I was on the street when they did Jumping Jack Flash, stealing food off the when they have the craft service
Craft
Yeah.
service. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
and all that food downtown LA, a parking lot blocked off, and then they were like, "Get out of here, get out of here!" And then Joel Silver, one of the greatest producers ever,
Yeah.
biggest producers ever, and Joel Silver's there, and he was like, "Hey, leave it alone, leave it alone. Hey, I said, "Name Miguel Núñez, 647 Terrace Street, was North Carolina. I came to California. I want to be an actor." He's not letting me go there. And then he goes, "I tell you what, listen, come here." And I didn't have to do no wardrobe. When you see Whoopi Goldberg, the next time you watch it, look at Whoopi Goldberg when she's coming down the street in a red dress and she's going to see him for the first time. They said, "Go." You're going to see this little skinny and homeless little kid go, "Hey, baby, what's happening?" And she said, get your ass out of here. That was me. And then he gave me a little role in Lethal Weapon 3. And then he gave me a role in Action Jackson.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Lethal Weapon 3 appearance is one of my favorite. Like, oh my God, that's Miguel. Like,
Yeah.
because I knew that you had shot a scene for the first one that got cut, right?
Yep. Joel Silver, man. It was all Joel Silver.
That's awesome.
So he owed me, and he ain't have to do that for me. He just always looked out for me. I love Joel Silver.
Yeah, we could do this all night, but like yet again, another example of like you obviously did something that stood out on the first Lethal Weapon. Like your scene ended up getting cut, and you don't have any control over that. But like you stood out enough to where Joel Silver remembered you, and 2 movies later in Lethal Weapon 3, he's like, "Hey, let's bring him back."
That's it.
And
That's it. You just got to keep knocking it out the park. I've never
yeah,
taken acting class. I've always done this. That's why Friday 13. I didn't try to play. Hold on, I'm gonna get my coffee here.
Yeah.
I didn't try to play some little a hero guy. I've always lived by this principle. If you do, think, react, and say exactly what you would do in that situation, you don't have to act. Period. It's only, when you see what guys like, they put a gun and say, "Yeah, what are you gonna do with that gun?" You don't do that shit in real life.
Right. Right.
Even if you had to say that line, say, "Okay, look, hold on, wait. All right, man, come on now. What are you gonna do?" You see what I'm saying? There's a way to do it, but don't do it like start acting. Just do it how you would really do it. You would really ass be scared, your asshole be puckering, somebody got a gun at your fucking head. Let me see that. Let me feel that shit. Then you can say whatever the hell you want, as long as I feel that shit.
And I've heard enough about those like the Lethal Weapon movies too that there's got to be a lot of improvising, especially between like Mel Gibson and Danny Glover,
Oh no,
and
no,
so
no,
like
no.
they're probably open to like, hey, do whatever you want, we'll try something fun here, and
Well, you know what? The thing is, when it comes to like how you do your line, they'll open the way you flipping it and dipping it and twisting it. But jumping in with some ad libs in a scene with Danny Glover and Mel Gibson, like when we were doing the gun line, the what you call it scene at the gun range
The
stuff.
range, yeah.
yep.
Yeah, it just really wasn't nowhere to kind of stick it in. Somebody would have stuck. Even if you came up with a good one, even if I came up now, everything else like all the TV shows to do the three Sparks and Sparks 3 years. The director would tell everybody nobody had lib but Miguel. There's a way to do it. Yeah, that was a rule. That was a rule. There's a way to do it, but even if I knew it would kill, and every time I've ever done one, and where I wasn't worried about what I'm going to tell you, they hit the floor and loved it. But in that situation, I would still be nervous to do
Yeah,
it.
and that's what I was gonna say. Like,
Yeah.
See, that's the difference. You got to know when and when. You got to know when to hold it, and know when to fold it. I would
yeah,
have gone that for that situation. I would have gone to the director. And then he would have said, "Oh yeah." Then he would have went to them. Blah, 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 then it would have worked. But I wouldn't have threw it in there.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
No, no.
yeah,
I would
I
have been too
can't.
nervous.
Smart.
So
I
what if it
Very
was
couldn't.
shrewd.
great? What if it was really good and it would overshadow one of them motherfuckers? Danny might have laughed, but I don't know about Mel. I don't know.
Yeah, like coming into the third movie of a massive franchise and then acting in a scene with Gibson and Glover. You're right. Like you've got to have massive balls to be like,
Massive.
I'm gonna try something crazy here and
Yeah.
hope that it
And they got to
sticks.
be numb because you could probably get kicked at them.
Big
Like,
numb balls. Yeah, perfect.
But you need that. Like you need that confidence to stand out.
but,
And if you don't
but
take the chance, you'll never know.
absolutely, and I always take the chance because I know exactly how to do it. There's a way you do it and a way you don't. When you do it and when you don't. Way I slide mine in, let's say 90% of the 95% of the time, they love it and everybody love it, including the other actors. It flows with it, and you can't step on their line. You either got to feed their line into a better moment,
Right.
or if you mess up the other person's line, then they have a problem. Oh, they can't. It's just a way to do it, and most 90% of people don't know how to do it. And I tell you that right now.
Hmm. Who are some of the people you've had the easiest time working with?
Oh God. Oh my God. There's an actress on the show I'm on right now on our family business, Braley. She's really good. Shit. Terrence Howard, he's good. Eddie Murphy, of course.
Yeah.
Eddie can just flow with anything, anything, anything. I mean, I've worked with a lot of actors that can flow, man. I can't go through it. I mean, there's a lot of them that can't, but there's a lot of them that can.
That can.
Right.
Most can't.
They
That
stick
doesn't
to the-
surprise me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see a lot of people that are
I mean,
like,
I was on a movie recently somewhere. Some girl said, "Hey, can you give me my key line?" I literally wanted to walk to my car, go home, pack, and get on the plane and go
Huh.
home. Either that or push her all the way off the set, down the freeway, pushing her in the back, all the way back to the hotel, pushing her, and then pushing her in the car and pushing her to the airport, pushing her to the plane, and pushing the plane down the railroad. It'd be either one of those. Like, all you gotta do is be into the scene. You know when you come in, when you don't, you know how to flip it, you know how to dip it once you know that whole freaking scene inside and out. You're not in that scene because you're cute. You're in that scene for a reason. If there's 8 actors, they got you in the scene. Why? Why
yeah,
you? Why you? And you know, I remember, but see, actors don't know. They be just trying to say their line the best. They get somebody to read with them just so they can learn their lines. No, you learn the whole scene. Then you know exactly how to flip and dip it. A lot of those actors, they're so busy waiting for you to say the cue line in their mind. They ain't even hearing you and listening to you, waiting to hear their line so they can say theirs.
Hmm.
And you don't get no feeling from it. You don't get nothing out of it. That's the key.
Yeah, it doesn't feel real.
I can say a line and make you cry. Say the same line to give it to you a different way, make you laugh.
hmm So back to Greg's question about, like best people to work with and stuff. So like when you go to these conventions, like you were seated right next to Tom Matthews, who was obviously in Return of the Living Dead with you, and you were like when we first showed you our shirts, you were like Tom, check out these shirts and everything. So like when you go to these conferences or these conventions. Like, do you have any say in who you sit next to? Are there certain people that you like to
Well,
see every time?
no,
Or
no, 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 no. Tom and I were at the end because we both were in a Friday 13th and a Return of the Living Dead.
Right.
right?
Both of us were in two. So when they usually have a poster for Friday 13th, it's already out. They don't have to roll it back up, then get down to four or five people to me, then put it back out, roll it back again. They usually get to put us next to each other. But and the rest of it was all Return Living Dead, and it's random.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Are
Do
there
you
people? Go ahead, Brian.
are there certain people that you look forward to seeing? I mean, not to throw other people under the bus, but like, are you excited to see certain people, like, or are there certain people that you get together with frequently when
No,
you
I
do
love
these
to see
conventions?
everybody. I like it when
Yeah.
we're all together.
That's
I
cool.
like it when we're all together. I do. I really do.
That's cool.
It was actually our first convention that Greg and I had gone, or my first convention. Greg had been to another one, but like what that was one of the things that we commented on was like it just seemed like everyone that goes to these things is so happy to be there and hang out, and a lot of the people are grouped together for a specific reason, like whether they're all in the same movie or the same franchise, and it's just fun. Like we saw an interaction between Tom Atkins and Barbara Crampton that was just like totally off the cuff. It wasn't something that was planned. Like they were just two friends that were saying hi to each other, and it was just really sweet to see. And I imagine there's a lot of that where there's just people that have been in the industry forever and they're just like, oh, it's so good to see you and hang out. And it's just fun to kind of see the camaraderie of everyone just getting together for, a common cause and hanging out.
Yeah, you got to remember, like I said, all the ones I just told you, everybody was there every time. So we're flying together. We're
Mm,
going downstairs eating together. And I mean, all the time. We have a group text with all of us and the Return Living Dead crew. And we're all talking daily, weekly, even if it's not even about the stuff. If something happens, hey, congratulations, happy birthday, blah, 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 blah.
that's
So we,
great.
we keep that going.
That's great. I'm
Yeah.
really happy to hear that.
Yeah, and a lot of times you see people that in cast. I don't know if they do that. I'm sure they don't have a group chat. I'm sure they don't. Um, and when they see each other, all of that, ah, it's because they miss and they feel it too. But maybe they don't have that constant thing. But
Right.
it's the joy is still the same.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yep.
Present company excluded. Do you have any like really memorable interactions with fans at conventions? Like that come to mind?
And yeah, I'm gonna do myself. Somebody came with a really nice oil painting of my the Joe Living Dead, my character, and it was so awesome. I bought it from him. Every
Oh,
time
wow.
somebody tells me something special, I buy it from
That's
him.
cool.
That's
That's
very
really
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Unless they won't sell it. Somebody made a toilet, little toilet with me inside, eating enchiladas. Freaking
That sounds like
awesome.
something we would have done.
See if I get it right here.
Oh
That's
my
true.
God.
That is perfect.
That is amazing.
Oh,
And this,
man.
and listen, Candyman. Tony Todd, his
Yeah.
wife called me, told me he
Yeah.
loves you. He was a friend of yours. He loves you. She wanted me to come on and get all his stuff. He left. I opened the garage and there's everything, all the suits he had on, and from the Night of the Living Dead, everything he had. And I was like, let me tell you something. I would never take this from you. This is worth a lot of money. So I hooked her up with somebody. But look, I kept this painting he did, Tony Todd. Look at that. Looks nice, ain't it?
Oh, yeah. That's beautiful.
That is
And
great. Yeah.
and this, he had this in his bedroom, and I love it. And I let her keep all that other stuff that could make this.
He seemed like such a great guy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
He's playing I'm a Soul Man. I don't know if you can hear it. Oh, that's the hat.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Coach him.
that's the only thing I kept. But he
That,
has and a little Muhammad Ali picture he got from Muhammad Ali.
Wow.
Signed.
Wow.
Oil painting that Ali did signed. Everything else, I was like, you know how much money you could get for this? You can't give this to me. No way. So
and
hopefully she
here
got
I thought that us wearing We Love Demon t-shirts was pushing the boundaries.
Pushing the
of what was
boundaries, but
he's
you've got
still
the
in there
shit box.
dancing.
That's
Still,
great.
he's still dancing. I don't remember going that long. Shit, maybe bro. Stop. He literally still going. Oh, he just stopped. Oh, he stopped right in a big ass twist too.
Uh, that's great. So I know it was, 40 years ago, but do you have any stories about the filming of Friday the 13th that
Man,
stuck with
man when I
you?
did Friday 13th, all I can tell you was It was not too far better where lake we shot at, right at the top of Beverly Hills, which I never knew was a lake up there.
Huh?
I've been up there a million times, and I know damn near everybody up there, and I know half of them don't know there's a lake up there. And I remember it being freezing, man, I'm a motherfucker.
Hmm.
It was cold as hell.
Wow.
And I just did, there was no damn enchiladas. It was, oh, I ran to the bathroom.
Right.
That was it. I said the damn enchilada shit. Then when I sat down, I was supposed to sing, just sing a song. You know, sitting on the start singing. I was like sitting on the dock of the bass and shit. He's like, no, you can't get anything that we've already, that
Right.
you gotta pay
You got to
for.
pay
And
for
I
it. Yeah.
made it that ooh baby shit, and that was the best. And I had to do the whole thing with the front door all straight on. Then they put the front door on. Then they take the left side door, the whole side off. I had to do the whole thing. Then they had to put it back on. Then they take the other side off, and I had to do the whole thing.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Damn.
Yeah, I guess they never think about that, but yeah, you're
Yeah,
obviously
remember I had
not.
when I fell back against this wall, the camera it was just looking at me straight on. Then when I
Uh-huh.
went to the other side and fell back this way, it was this side. That wall was off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I had to do it all the way up from there with all three front, the side, and both sides on.
Crazy.
I knocked the shit out the park and rolled out of there with a check.
Yep.
That's why you do it. I mean,
Yeah, that's why you do it. Every little inch, and everyone's a little inch up the ladder. Just keep going, keep down. Get in the franchise pieces, just knock them out. Be remembered. If somebody else say, I want that guy in this, that was always my goal, just to be in there and have a career out of it. A career, a lasting career. So
absolutely.
1987 to 2025 is by
It's
the grace of
impressive.
God, it's worked.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Not a lot of people can say that. That's very, very cool.
Yeah.
But I love the fact too that, it sounds like with Demon, like at least what was on the page was basically you're Reggie the Reckless's brother. You've got the shits and you got to go to the bathroom and you got to sing a song. Like you've got like four things you got to check off and everything else you added.
Mm-hmm.
And you get killed at the end. But like
That was it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. You should be a director, bro. You got you got that ear eye.
And action.
Yeah. You gonna get it, bitch.
So like, I mean, do you I mean, you talked about how long your career has been going on. It's been going on forever. So like, how is your relationship with Friday the 13th, Return of the Living Dead, and everything? Like, how has it changed over the years, given how long they've just
It's gotten more. It's made me more money now than it ever did. That's the only difference.
Yep.
We made more money on these things than we made on the film, probably 10 times over.
Did you, I mean, there's no way you ever could have considered, like, when you're sitting in that, gross shit box,
Nope.
back in 84 or 85.
That's why I did that. I handled this in the beginning. There's no way anybody can tell.
No.
You cannot tell what's going to stick, what's going to hit, and nothing.
Yep.
And the difference, I bet 100 people turn down Friday 13. 100 people turn down, hundreds turn down Turn Living Dead. I can't do that kind of movie right now. I'm trying to do this. And those people right now, struggling to pay their rent.
And you're
I've heard
living it up.
I've heard stories about, especially like in the early days with like Friday the 13th, where there's like so many of those movies and there tend to be tons of characters in them because they all get killed off. And so there's been times where people get called back to like subsequent Friday the 13th movies, even though that they were killed in one like 2 parts ago, and like they forget like who was in it, and they're like, oh wait, you were already killed in part 2, you can't
Yeah.
be in part 4. Like, have you ever had anything like that come up?
The only thing ever happened like that came up about 8 years ago, maybe 10. I don't remember. Paramount contacted me, and they said they were going to take 5 people. I think it was 5 or 6, something like that. I don't remember. I think it was 5 people. Some of the most memorable deaths. Our shows were going to come back, and we were going to end it and drag his show to hell. But never heard back from them. Then they started doing more. I guess they said, "Who the hell thought of that? You're fired."
Oh,
Oh man.
We're gonna keep this shit going to Jason, 99 years old, killing old people.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it. I don't give a damn. I move when I do one, I move on and wish it will keep going. I don't know, but I'm glad I kept these 2 going, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
I swear, it's amazing. It's absolutely stunningly amazing.
It's got to be so much fun, like
Oh,
especially
man.
looking
You-
back.
Go ahead, say
Just like, looking back and seeing like how hard you had to fight to just get in and then to be able to sustain it for so long, it's got to be so satisfying.
I don't see it that way. Anybody else can see it that way. You know why I don't see it that way? I knew it.
He knew it.
I swear to you, I knew it. Everybody was like, even when I was coming out, I was getting big ass roles. They was like, dude, you're not celebrating. I'm like, what? You just got that, you crazy? To me, it was like, bro, you don't even know. That's the only thing that was in my head. Bro, that's nothing. You really don't know. I'm telling you, I was still doing the same thing I was doing on the streets of North Carolina and the streets downtown LA when I was living on the streets. Bro, I'm gonna da 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 da. I just kept up in the ante. Every step, everybody, hundreds of big ass movies. People like, dude, I don't get you. And I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, wait, you see. I kept, that's how I've always looked at it. I don't mean that I was, not giving credit to the blessing, but I just saw past it. I saw where we are right now, this day, having this conversation.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So we all have more hair.
Well, that brings up a good point. So, like, was the mullet that you had in Return of the Living Dead, was that real?
That was Dan O'Bannon.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, that was all Dan. No, it wasn't all but mine.
Not all real. Okay.
They had to, because he thought of it late. Like we were shooting the next day. So he hired two girls to come in, and one was on one side because one person would have taken all night. So he had one on one side, and you have to pull it really tight to get it locked in at the bottom. So she was pulling like this. So the next day, my hair was on fire, and he got me codeine. The first day, he got me codeine just to get through the day.
Wow.
My
Wow.
hair was on fire. Oh, it hurt so bad.
Yikes.
You ain't supposed to be, even to do one side, you can be like this when they do it. And imagine that. How they pulling against each other. If they pulled against each other, I wouldn't have to turn my head. That's all they would say. They were just trying to get money. They were looking at me. They ain't give a damn about my hair.
What was the not that you need to like call anyone out specifically, but like what was the hardest like role you've ever had to do? Like I would imagine the tour of duty was probably pretty grueling.
Listen to me. I didn't see any of them. They were all hard. The tour of duty was hard because, but we were shooting in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
When we get in a helicopter, we go to some most beautiful location you've ever seen. They drop us off, and then we go inside the woods, come down this path, and they got little no things, and they got somebody leading us down, and we got a whole spread in the middle of the most beautiful place you ever seen in your
Wow.
life. Everything was CBS, carte blanche. Get back in the day, we come back out to the square, helicopter, pick us up, take us, drop us off at the on the base, get in the van, go back to the hotel every day. I mean, it was hard because you got to remember, the reason I would put that first is because normally in a TV show, when you're doing me and you doing a scene, you and the rest of the cast are in the dressing room chilling. Now me and you doing a scene. Well, you in the dressing room chilling.
Yeah.
Now you two of the other actors doing the scene. We all in the dressing room chilling. Now one of the big stars in our show is doing a scene with one of the guest stars. We all in the room keep on chilling. Tour of duty, because we were in Vietnam and we were a platoon. There, like if there was like Lee Majors was on the show, Carl Weathers, Angela Bassett, my first love scene, everybody, all the big stars that they did a guest star on Tour of Duty. They were doing big scenes with Terry Knox and Steve Caffrey, which was supposed to be the lead. A lieutenant, sorry. They were doing big scenes. We were all in the trailer chilling. But when they had to do a big scene, we could not be in it. We were like, what are you talking about? When the camera came on the side, they wanted to be me and Ramon and the other guys in the back, because I always had to have a lookout when we were in the field. We were always in the field. So and then when they came back this way and was shooting this way, they had to have somebody else in the back. And when the other stars, so they could be out there for 5 hours and we sitting there baking like a motherfucker, just baking.
Wow.
And we try to get out of it. They was like, no. You guys at the CBS said, no, they want the stars in the scenes to be seen. In the background, what are you guys talking about? But sometimes they would give us a break if it's close to the end and the list up, and they put one extra here. But yeah, that was the hardest because there were times, and this is what I was going through. When we got back to the hotel, like we had to have a helicopter ride. We strapped in on the side, and the other helicopter right next to it, we yelling to each other. That's how beautiful, amazing it was. Hey, what are you going to do tonight? Let's go to the hard rock. Flying across beautiful Hawaii, we're in the base inside the hotel. Walk to the hotel, get to your room. get on all your shit, and you tired of the motherfucker. And you lay back on the bed. This is Friday. Next thing you know, you wake up, it's Sunday. And you still got on your shit.
Wow.
It's Sunday already.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how tired we would get on tour.
Damn.
That had to be the hardest show. But
That's
still, it was Hawaii. Weekends we were
Well,
working.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's
So
Hawaii.
we had
but
all
yeah.
that money. I mean, and we were the island, the talk of the island, because every time that the CBS had a deal with Hawaii, after Hawaii 5 then Magnum PI, we came after Magnum PI. They would always have a show shooting there. That's why CBS has always had a show shooting there.
oh wow.
That's interesting.
And we were, yeah, so listen, we'd be at clubs drunk, trying to drive, get pulled over. Woo! We called a guy, hey, what is? That was the Teamster guy from Hawaii, was head of all the crew and everything. You get a problem, you tell him to call me. I can't remember the name. Just say Wadi. You tell him call Wadi. Okay. All right, buddy. Have a good weekend. You got my number. Everybody got my number. Yes. Okay. We go downtown. We get into anything. Pull over because somebody's a little tipsy. And it ain't that far from the hotel, but still. Please come out there and call Wadi. I'm talking to nobody. Talk to Wadi. Hello? Oh, hey, Wadi. Okay. All right. All right. We're gonna follow you back to your hotel. I said, no matter what it is, any club, any restaurant, no reservation. Hey, Bobby, where you at? Blah, blah, blah. Put me on the phone, the manager. Ah! Okay, all right, we'll see them. No matter what, it was
Damn.
like Hawaii was truly paradise. But it was hard. But how do you call hard in paradise?
Yeah.
Well, right. Yeah.
Right.
So, like, obviously, you clearly have grinded your whole career, but like, do you have a preference of like something like Tour of Duty that lasted multiple years where you've got a secure job? Like, do you prefer something like that, or do you like jumping from project to project and doing something different?
Okay, I'll teach you about that too. Listen, you can say what the hell you want. I've been on TV shows back in the day, so long with that. Back in the days when people like, I was on a TV show 1 year, then during hiatus, 3 months, I was on a big ass movie. That took me 2 or 3 months to be going right back into production for the second season. Hiatus, I did another big ass movie. Flying all over the world, Australia, Australia for Street Fighter. All of these months of training and all that. Then go back this time to start over. Then the third year, the same thing over and over. And after a while, I was like, fuck, man. Tired of going all those places. I want to be at a fucking studio where you got your dressing room, you can dress it up, you be at home. Then you get on that. Then I got back to TV show. Then I'm back home, back to TV show. I'm there 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. I'm like, shit, man, I'm tired of being in a fucking studio. I want to be, I want to fly all over the world and see all these exotic places, go out on the weekend. You can say whatever the hell you want. It's going to change.
Right.
Just go with the flow. Because, you're going to get tired of being in that studio every day. Well, some people don't. You're going to Will Smith dressing room for Fresh Prince. That's that. Because they won't for a long time. That motherfucker, like, he been in there for 730 years.
Yeah, I feel like I would be the same way. Like there'd be times where I would want that stability, and then once I had the stability, I'd be like, "Oh, this is getting old. I need to do something different."
Correct.
And,
Ooh, look at this. Look what I just made.
What you making? Is it? I can't. Is it like a
chicken
lasagna?
pot pie?
Oh,
Chicken
nice.
pot pie. Nice.
Damn, that looks good.
Don't it? I
Damn,
forgot
that
it was
looks
in here. I would thank God I walked in and smell it burning.
Yeah, we don't want to be responsible for you burning your
Oh,
chicken
too
pot
late.
pie. So.
Too late.
Oh God.
good. We owe you a chicken pot pie.
Too late. How do you turn this shit off?
So what have we not asked you that
Oh, here we go.
you want to talk about?
That's it, bro. We talk about everything. If
Yeah.
they ain't got it by now, God help them.
Brian, your wife had a question, I believe, right?
Oh, right. Yeah. So
Yo, we don't do wifey questions. I'm not
Okay,
gonna
fair
be
enough. Fair enough.
responsible for anybody to get divorced. Totally kidding, fool.
all right. So my wife has not watched the Friday the 13th movies, but I
Okay,
did
well,
have
I'm
her.
not answering her question. How you live with her and she didn't watch the show? Well, my wife, she was the controller, so I get it. No problem.
No.
She asked away. Shut up,
I-
bird.
I did make her watch your scene, the full scene from Friday the 13th. And her question, her
I
one
already know. Did I
takeaway.
white?
Exactly. It's exactly what her
I
question
knew it.
was.
I knew it. Make sure you let her know I guessed it.
You didn't wipe is
I
the
didn't wipe.
question.
I know. That's what Eddie Murphy said. That's what Eddie Murphy said. Nigga, you didn't wipe yourself. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna come to your
Uh,
defense here because like in your situation, like like it's fight or flight kind of thing.
no,
Like,
no, 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 you can't do that. Because it
okay.
wasn't fight or flight because I thought it was my girlfriend. It was just pure
Right.
nastiness. It was pure nastiness. Now, if I thought it was him, hey, hey, oh, hey, and then I would have jumped up like that, yeah. Because I don't need to wipe myself to kick your ass. But if I thought it was my girl, that's nasty. But it's weird, and it's weird because I didn't think about it until one time I started going, you know what? I didn't wipe myself. That's how I figured it out, just like your wife did. Babe, please tell her that I got it.
You knew, yeah, you knew exactly
will,
where she
yeah.
was going. That's great.
All right. Well, guys,
I mean,
it's been enjoyable. I loved it.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
This
My
has
pleasure.
been amazing. We never had, any, expectations of something like this happening. We thought we were just going to come to the convention and meet you and say hi. And
You
the
see,
fact
you
that
never know. You're blessed.
You never
You
know.
never know. You
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah, we totally appreciate this, and we'll be in touch. And if we ever go to another convention,
information for my shirt.
yes, yeah, we'll get that after we hang up, and then we'll we gotta anytime Greg and I are at a convention and we see you again, we're totally gonna stop by and say hi again. So thank you
don't
very
stop
much.
by and say hi. Stop by and buy, nigga.
Yeah, right. Bingo.
All right.
Sold.
All right, man.
Yeah.
All right, so done. See, that's what you call marketing promotion.
Very well done.
All right, man. I love you guys, man. Y'all be safe.
Thank you
Take
very
care.
much.
Appreciate it.
Anytime. All right.
Bye.
Take it easy, Miguel.
All right, you too.
Bye.